Other kings, another wealthy men in Abraham's time, they have sons. But Isaac is a son of promise. He is a son that is of which the source, this reality is of heaven, because he came as a result of what God has spoken. Abraham is wealthy. Although he was not the only wealthy man, and there were other men that were wealthy. There were kings that Abraham interacted with the king, with Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. He also interacted with Abimelech, the king of Philistines, and these were wealthy men. However, Abraham's wealth is sourced out of a promise, and therefore the substance of that reality is heaven. And this is God's desire for you. As you advance in your relationship with God, you start to be conscious of this, that it's not just how the thing appears that matters, but where it comes from. Although they may look alike, although they may even feel the same, one is of heaven and one is of the earth. He says, and let the waters above and waters on the earth. Realities above, realities here. They look alike, they look similar, but the expanse he called heaven. And that is what your life ought to be. As you move with God, you start to leave behind, is this wrong or is this right? You now start to move to, is this heavenly or is this earthly? And the Bible tells us in the book of Philippians chapter 3, verse 19, 20, and onwards, it says, there are some whom I tell you, even weeping, that they are enemies of the cross of Christ, whose God is their belly, whose glory is their shame, who set their minds on earthly things. In Colossians chapter 3, from verse 1 down, it talks about the fact that if you then be raised with Christ, set your hearts on things which are above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God, and not on things on the earth. This means that as a believer, though you are here upon the earth, your consciousness is of heaven above. The realities you seek to be more conscious of are the realities that are of heaven. And in evening and in morning, that was the second day. On the third day, so this is the third step, we see God do something completely different. Please observe one thing. The initiation of these actions is God. And He it is that brings about these realities that hitherto did not exist. Because before now, all we just know is that there was water here, there was water, there was darkness upon the face of the deep. It is God that says, let there be light. He introduces a concept called light. It wasn't there. You were not conscious of it before. You didn't know about that before. But God introduces that concept called light. And once he introduces that concept called light, therefore, the man is now conscious of what is good and what is evil.